because I didn't see him.
You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherlands calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.
So greetings everyone. Greetings all. We are live tonight on the second day of Kwanzaa. And today we want to share our perspective on self-determination. I have prepared another small presentation for us, to talk about self-determination, which is the principle number 2 today of the Kwanzaa week. And I will tell you exactly why I decided to come up to do this 7 days presentation about Kwanzaa with you. And it's actually going to be the reason why we have to be even more self-determined, in our processes, whether it is in our family lives or it is in our workspace. Everything we do in life, we need to get a self-determination to do it. I will share some points with you why it is very necessary, this action that we're doing, and why it's even the purpose for us to do it today. So I want to salute all of you that are joining me live tonight. And also I want to apologize that I'm not streaming from all our platforms. So if you're not watching me from Pan-African Daily TV Facebook platform, it is not a mistake. It's just because we're not streaming live on that platform. I want to thank Mr. Parker, who is here in the chat. Greetings, brother. Greetings to you tonight. And I also want to greet Mr. Mash Ayab, watching us from the Sudan. Thank you so very much. And if you're joining us, I know a lot are watching us, but they're not in the chat. Please make sure you can join our chat community to share your impressions. If you have questions, if you have a comment to make, or just to greet the global family that is joining us here tonight, so you can be a part of that. But I want to first of all sincerely thank you guys for yesterday as we open up the first day of the Kwanzaa week and the principles of Kwanzaa. We did go through, the different principles of Kwanzaa that are simultaneously a little bit not to Christmas. It's not compared to Christmas. The colorations and everything and colors could be the same, but the most important thing is Kwanzaa is similar to Hanukkah, the Jewish spiritual or religious festival that they celebrate since the 2nd century. Okay, so but I want to give you a feedback why the principles of today matters. Yesterday it was about unity. The principle number 1, where we lighted the first black candle, was about our unity, our collective as human beings. Okay, why is unity so important for us? Because you cannot do something without me. I can't do it without you. Simple as that. Why is unity so important to us? Because I live in a global family, respectfully, my mother, my father, my community, my village, my people. That is what I need unity for. Because I'm not a lone person. Even the rivers, they are united when they connect together. Even the skies, they are united when the clouds come together, and the light and the moon and the stars. So everything of the world needs unity. So yesterday, we light the candle of unity for Kwanzaa, starting with black. And today we're going to start lighting the red candles. And the first principle is self-determination. Like I said, for those of you that were not here yesterday, When if you light, if Kwanzaa starts as a ceremony which was created by an African American scholar who thought they had to connect back to their roots, and so they wanted to do things in an African cultural setup. All right. So if Christmas happened on the 25th, Kwanzaa started on the 26th of December and would last for 7 days till the first. It's the same thing. It's the rituals that they do, what they perform, and they set themselves 7 principles that would guide this day. Like principle number one, as I just said, was about unity. And the second principle is about self-determination. And I'm going to do a small presentation why self-determination is very important in our life. I mean, we know it. We know the term is like self-determination. What is that? Yes, the determination is the will for me to follow my passion or my purpose and do it at my own terms because, it fulfills my needs or my desire or something. I am a determiner. I choose what I want to do. I'm determined to follow my vision, my passion, and everything. Believe me, if it was this simple, we'll not be talking about it today. It's the same thing like unity. If we thought that we are already united, we'll not have a conversation about unity. But you see, the whole world, struggles to be united, to be a global villages. But we still see the challenges that are going on. So it's not easy. It's simple to just say self-determination and you are determined and I can do my things by myself. I can decide when I eat, when I don't eat, what I eat, people I talk to, who I don't talk to. That could be a similar thing. But remember, you're still struggling to just make that work. And today we want to touch the second day principles, which is about self-determination. And so I want to thank all of you for joining. I can see my sister. Oh my God, my queen, Patience Ngwekala Atanga. Hey, I'm shouting out to this beautiful queen, sister, daughter, everything. I mean, like you see me shouting, and I'm really excited as I see her watching us so connected here on Pan-African Daily because I respect this individual so much. She's one of my role model, my inspiration, my motivator, and a sister in Germany. And we go through all the challenges. And she's also, actually a role model to our community. Thank you so much, sister, for being here. Sister Tech Wellbeing. This is our sister from all the way from New York. And the movements out there. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you for your beautiful time. And I want to thank Mr. Dave Bertrand. I already greeted our brother from the Sudan, Sidi Oliva Kapanga. That's the king of Zambia and the community of Zambia. The champions out there. BS, why are people making life so complicated? Just breathe one day at a time. Thank you so very much, brother. You would see that not everybody gets it done like you. That's why we are here. That's why we ask the questions. A lot of people still have challenges. Even you have your own challenges, even though you just breathe and drink water and mind your African business. So the reason why we are here is even if we are self-sufficient and satisfied, we still need one another. Okay, we'll not stop talking, we'll not stop empowering, we'll not stop learning. I will not stop getting the passion that I have from you. All right. So if that was that simple, we'll not be doing what we're doing. So I want to break some very quick. Thank you, Kanies. Thank you, say Queen Mother. I want to break some very quick, important information about Ghana. I don't know, you might have seen it before we get into this day. Like we make public announcements after welcoming people, after greeting people. That's the African culture of socialness. We get to a gathering, you greet, you salute, you acknowledge everybody, you do handshaking, and you start with the elders, right? You start with the elders, not who comes first, but regardless of who comes first, but you start by greeting the elders. And so that's what I just did. And then we moved to announcements. If anything was happening in the community, in the village, in the setup, in the compounds with our neighbors, did somebody's cattle eat somebody's, step into somebody's farm, or did somebody's chicken got killed by somebody? And so all those things are going to come up in the family. And exactly that's what we're doing. So the break-in is coming from the country called Ghana, the Gold Coast as its originally started. And I know you must have heard this. The outgoing president, Ghana's Akufo-Addo has approved visa-free visa-free entry to all Africans seeking to come into Ghana. I mean, we can clap, we can stand, we can laugh, we can sit, we can even cry. You understand? I mean, I can imagine. I don't know whether African leaders is when they're going out that they begin to understand, or they want to take credit for something that your people have tried and begged and wished and advised you when you were president. These are things that would have worked for Ghanaians. All right. You blocked everything. I don't know what kind of payment they paid you to stop. Also, I mean, Ghana is one of those countries in Africa that is so difficult for an African to penetrate it until this message is coming now. Regardless of the fact that countries like Rwanda they are way advanced in visa free. I mean, not to talk about South Africa. And the question that Africans keep asking themselves is like, when you close your door to a country that has resources and potentials to other African nations, to others, and open it for the global West, what are you doing to your people? It's a shame. It's a disgrace. In as much as we congratulate Ghana for doing that, but I can never give any credit to the outgoing president, because I mean, he's one of those leaders. We don't disrespect our elders and our leaders, but this is one of those that, you needed to have pulled his ears for him to understand, or to develop large ears to be able to hear the cries of Ghanaians and Africans. So, but the good thing is, he is self-determined and has passed the bill. Because when we do free visa entry into our different countries, you're just inviting investors to come and leave money there. But when you shut the door, it means you suffocate your people, okay? And you can only determine who should come in and who should not come according to your terms, according to some bribery or corruption that they have done. So we are calling on the next African countries to emulate the examples of those that have gone before, open up the barriers, because we want a one Africa nation. We've been saying it, and we are self-determined, and we're going to get it. Because right now, what is happening is the competition among the 55 countries is so crazy. Everybody wants to do the same reforms, just like Ghana is doing, because he realized that countries like Rwanda, Seychelles, the Gambian, Benin, even smaller countries like Benin, okay, and Seychelles, they already were opening their doors long time ago. Where were you? Where were you, the Black Stars? Anyway, so that's actually the announcement that we had from the continent, to understand that maybe in the next coming, and as come January, you can fly to Ghana with no visa. You don't have to take a visa, but we still don't know, because I didn't research further whether it's visa on arrival, because what African countries, most of them say is visa free. You still have to get visa on arrival. So they having some of those, those terms and stuff like that. I don't know what Ghana is up to, but research it out for yourself, because it's a very prominent destination for Pan-Africans. This is the home of first iconic Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Okay? This is the home of the slave dungeon, the door of no return for our people in the diaspora. This is the place that gold, before even DRC, the Ghanaians could wear gold up till today. It's one of the richest countries, right, in that neighborhood called Africa. And so we're looking forward to other African leaders to step up the game, because it's time. And do you know why they're opening these gates? Because our diaspora is so rich, and they're coming back home. And imagine a diaspora community like Ghana, which hosts most of the diaspora's destination, would still do that. But during the elections, he had to fumble and play some games around and said, we have given citizenship to 500 African Americans or foreigners in Ghana. What is that number? Do you know how many of them are there? There are more than 20,000. And you give 500 for a few, because you were looking to be voted or to get, into power again. That will not work anytime. It will not work for any other African country. And so we're warning all these leaders. It's a sound warning, with no fear or favor. The challenge and the competition amongst your neighbors is going to become so high that Africa will be tearing people to invest, or, the cultures, and begging for the diaspora and the descendants to come back home. The time is coming so soon where they will be offering free land, free everything, and even money. And some would still not choose to come because of the way you treat your children that are returning back home. So let us get this very clear. Okay? Good. So thank you so very much. Oh my God, my mentors are watching here. Ron Spears. Oh my God, Elder Ron Spears. Thank you so very much. Shabaka, thank you. Reparations, of course. It's currently visa on arrival. It was done last year. So you pay 150 at the airport. You see? That's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you, my queen, for doing a very quick research. But at least you still have to be there, and then you pay. Countries like I think Ethiopia, where I just came, you pay $100, no, $50, depending on if you have the invitation. But I'm guaranteeing you, in the next half of the year, a lot of them are going to uplift all that. Okay? Yes. All right. So thank you so very much. We're going to get into Kwanzaa Day 2 today. And Day 2, we are on the principle of KUJICHAGULIA, which means in Swahili, it's a Swahili term that means self-determination. Self-determination. It is so easy and it's so simple, and everybody like, what is Dr. Tata acting here today? What is self-determination? We all do know what self-determination is. The right to determine where I go to, who I hang out with, what channels I watch, who inspires me most, who I want to do what with. If it was that simple, I want to say it again, we would not be sitting here. The world would not be as complicated, and people would still not be trying to navigate. That's why Kwanzaa Day 2 teaches us about self-determination. But of course, what is self-determination? Now we take a break and we get back. So wonderful. Thank you for that shot. I had to drink water. Please make sure you're drinking your water and minding your African business, okay? So each time you see me, I cut in and I take a break. Just know that I'm drinking water, and you have to do the same thing. So yes, so happy Kwanzaa Day number 2. Second principle is KUJICHAGULIA, which means self-determination. So now we have our Kwanzaa calendar here before us, and you can see the 7 principles. So like I said, yesterday we had UMOJA, and today is KUJICHAGULIA, which means self-determination, taking place on December 27th. Okay, Kwanzaa starts always December 26th to the 1st of January. So this is our topic for today. So what is self-determination? I mean, I just want to give a normal, simple fact, but I would illustrate and give us the meaning why it is so important for us to consider this as we open doors to the next calendar here. So self-determination is really simply explained means, it involves taking control of your life, making your own decisions, and setting your own goals based on your values, needs, and desires. Self-determination simply means taking control of your life, making your own decisions, setting your own goals based on your values, your needs, and your desires. So it also requires you to be proactive, have a sense of purpose, the power to influence your circumstances and achieve your aspirations. Self-determination is very crucial for personal growth. Achieving success and maintaining motivation is one of the requirements. It often includes qualities like resilience, self-discipline, and, a clear sense of direction. In a nutshell, that's simply what self-determination. We're still going to continue to it, but let me just move to the next slide. Now, like I said, if it was so simple for us to build a spirit of discipline, self-reliance, and to be able to set our goals and to meet up the steps in life. But the next slide, I want to also explain to us how to stay self-determined. How do you keep this value constant in your life, regardless of the challenges, regardless of the circumstances? How do you stay self-determined? So I just list a little bit of points, but I will bring an illustration that makes you understand it's so difficult when you want to practice this simple ideology of self-determination. So they say set clear goals, number one. So setting clear goals mean you define what you want to achieve and break it down into smaller, actionable steps. So, or you use the normal formula that we know called SMART, which means you have to be specific, your goals have to be measurable, they have to be achievable and relevant. This is also time, depending on the time you set them for effective goal settings. So, and then the second thing is understanding the reason why I have to be self-determined. That's a motivational factor, So you have to reflect on why your goals are so important to you, and also to connect your goals to your personal values and a long-term vision. Okay. But the third point is like stay positive and focus to be able to achieve that. Now, I bring the key words from self-determination, setting the goals, and determine what you want for yourself. So the key points are you have to set clear goals. When you want to stay self-determined, that's the point so you have to set clear goals for yourself. And the second point is understand why. Like, why must I set these goals? Why are they valuable? Why are they important? And the third value is stay positive and focus. Now, I brought the image of Kwanzaa, Thanksgiving, like we talked about it yesterday. Now, I just want to pause for a while and come back to the screen to describe the scenario that we have here. Setting goals, understanding why, and staying positive and focused. Now, because we are in the Kwanzaa week, I want to focus on the Kwanzaa week. And I will start just by telling you a small story. The story is the feedback from the presentation that I did yesterday, that we all did yesterday about Kwanzaa. And we talked about the founder and the reason why he founded Kwanzaa. Okay, that's what we discussed about yesterday. Now we're about self-determination. And so the story yesterday is the number of feedbacks that I had about Dr. Maulana Karenga, who is the founder of Kwanzaa. It's crazy. From videotapes to TikTok conversations to all sort of things, even to personal conversations on why he created Kwanzaa. I had feedback narratives like, he was a CIA agent. He was just trying to figure out the Black community so that they could impeach them. And some was just like, oh no, he was just trying to create a concept that is Christmas-like. And so to be able to like every sort of feedback I had. I already said it yesterday that I read the critics. When I do research, I research even the author, and that's very necessary for us. What kind of a personality is this? And I already had a lot of those critics, but I also had, the other side of the story, like perspective. Now, what I want to say about self-determination and bringing this story, it is obviously very usual and common about us, the African community, due to our past or due to any other circumstances that we find ourselves in, that, when something comes that definitely would work for us, we begin to look for all the petty things that make us not to be a part of that process. Remember, I'm telling you this because we are on self-determination. Principle number 2. And we just already had here in the first one is we have to set clear goals, understand why, and stay positive and focused. So our goal of the Kwanzaa week in terms of in the topic of relevant self-determination starts with the fact that we want to celebrate Kwanzaa. That's our goal. We're treating the 7 days principles of Kwanzaa. I take it for example here on the Pan-African Daily. That's our goal. So our goal of self-determination or how to stay determined is focused. We are clear on this. We want to celebrate Kwanzaa through its 7 days principle and light up the candle to open up the door for us to assess, our new year with our new vision, with our new principles. So number one, to stay motivated, we set that goal. It is clear that this is what we want to do. Number two, we understand the reason why we are doing this process. We already talked about principle number one, the value and the role and the meaning of us staying united to our community, to our spirituality, to us as a race, how important that is to us. So it doesn't matter whether it came in which kind of colors. The thing is, we set that goal and we are determined to stay united. Regardless of any challenges, we want to stay united as an African people because that's our natural self, being together with one another. So we know why we want to study the Kwanzaa calendar for 7 days. So after we set our goals to say, we want to study, we want to follow this principle, good and fine. And then we go to the second point. We understand why it is very necessary for us. So we are clear on that. The third point is we stay positive and focused. Now, this is the point that I brought the feedbacks that I had. To be able to stay self-determined, you have to stay positive and focused. Because going backward, you know why you have to be positive and focused. And then going again backward, you already set a clear goal. I want to celebrate the 7 days of, call it ritual of Kwanzaa. That is clear. I understand why it is very necessary for my spirituality, for my health, for my mental, for my business, for my community, for my people, for my race, for my origin, for my culture. Okay? Now, I have to stay positive and focused. That's the first set to stay self-determined. And this, you have to break it down in your daily lives. Now, we take another example to illustrate this one. We know we are living in a very challenging time. Maybe in other communities it's not happening, but we understood the breaking amongst us, the disunity starting from our families, going to our children, going to our communities. We are just like things are just falling apart in this community and the systems that we're operating on. All right, we understand a lot of women, mothers, girls, particularly like in the American communities or any other communities where the Black man is incarcerated, discriminated against, and these women and these girls and sisters have to raise children single-handedly on their own. We understand the challenges that go through that. We understand the circumstances. On the continent, it's a little bit different. You have the family, you have neighbors, you have the grandmother, grandfather. It's a whole family thing. But you take it in a situation in the diaspora where we are in these different communities, it is not easy. So how do you stay determined in that context as a single mother, raising girls, for instance, and these girls are going to be some people's husband. These girls are going to be some people's mothers. These girls are going to be some people's wives. And the fact that you, as the father, for whatever reason, you're not being able to be there in the family, it's a problem. It's a challenge. So how do you stay self-determined in a situation like this? That's why I say when we say self-determination, it sounds easy. But when we start putting it in the context to which it belongs, you understand that you need a lot of these values that would help us to be determined, to stay united as a people. The reason why we must work together and stay together can never be underrated. Okay. It is the same thing like on the continent. You have studied, you went to school, you have a degree, just like they told you, oh no, you have a degree. After that, you get a job. And you see, most of our young people are out without jobs on the street after being bamboozled and scammed by this system called education, where they go to school and then they come back, they don't have jobs. Now, how do you stay determined in that situation? How can you set clear goals? How do you understand even the reason why you have to exist and stay positive and focused? So you see, staying self-determined is not as easy as we think. Given your circumstances, given the situation surrounding you, given the state of mind in which you are, it is not easy to stay self-determined. You as an individual, you as a couple, you as a company, you as a family, you as anything that you say, it's not easy to stand on the pillar of unity because of all these external forces and also internal forces. So that's why it is very important. You would understand as we go the reason why we need to stay self-determined and the reason why the principle number 2 started with the biggest challenge. After they say, now we're united, we understand that we have to be united. We light candle number 1. We're together now at home. Now, the second one, now we're already in the family. We want to talk about our objectives for next year. We want to talk about our plans. We want to talk about our projects, our businesses. You know, what is it? Our passion, our purpose in life. What is it that we want to do next year? So Kwanzaa Day number 2 is a difficult day where people have to think their lives again. People have to understand the purpose and the meaning that they have in their life. People have to understand what is the purpose of me being here. It's not just about passion. I can be passionate about everything, but that's still not my purpose, because purpose means I have to do even the things that I don't like. I have to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning in snow to clean, to walk maybe how many kilometers, because I have to get a job to feed the family and to make. Those are things that passion don't give you. That's a purpose, a meaning. How determined do we stay on that? So when we all gather on Kwanzaa number 2 and light our candle number 2, we begin to ask these questions. We begin to see how relevant our community, our unity makes sense when we start asking these goals. Each and every one of you should be writing your goals now. You know, when we open up the door on the 1st of January 2025. So you have to set clear goals for yourself. As we're writing, as we're speaking now, you should be having your pen and paper to say, 2025, now I want to this. This is my goal for it. You set your goal clear. You understand the reason why you're setting your goal, and you stay positive and focused. That is your thanksgiving for yourself. That's why I put this image. Remember, Kwanzaa, at the end of the day, we bring our first fruit. Like we said, it simply means first fruit. So your first fruit can be your labor. Your first fruit can be anything that, you know, this is my purpose. So we're bringing it, okay? So set your goals, understand the reason of your goal, stay focused and positive. So now we're going to move to the next slide. How to stay. We're still on the purpose of how to stay self-determined. How to stay self-determined. Now we go again into the conversation of, you know, simple ideologies and how the terms are determined. Develop resilience. That's a point. Okay, learn to adapt to setbacks and use them as stepping stone. That is under develop a resilience. How to resist. As a matter of fact, you know, practice mindfulness of journaling to reflect and regain focus after difficulties. Like, you know, you pull back, you think, and then you embrace your goal again. Build discipline and routine. I'm sorry. Create habits that align with your goals, e.g., consistent work schedule, morning routine. That's another part of how to stay motivated. I've already given you the bullet point. Develop resilience, okay? Build discipline and routine. And the third point is seek support and mentorship. We have to seek support from our surroundings, from our families, and even from external sources that will help us to stay self determined and to focus on our goal and objectives. Okay. And you can also share your goals, with trusted people or your family members. So now that is a continuation on how to stay self focused. Now I'm going to go back to the bullet points again, which says develop resilience. Now, we come back to our story that I said. The founder of Kwanzaa came up with a good idea. I think this will be nice for my community. Now, we went to find out about him. Oh, he's a CIA agent. He must have taken money. Okay, we hear him say like this. Okay, his agenda was like this. That is resilience. Because we African people, like we say, we live through resilience. We have gone through all sorts of historical passages in our life. And we have developed what we call a thick skin, and become the masters of problem solving. So how to stay self-motivated is to develop that thick skin of resilience. It means what? To all those small challenges that would disturb you from attaining your goal. Remember, we're talking about the principle number 2, which is self-determination. And I'm just giving you all the things, the packages that you need to be self-determined, but also to show you how difficult it is as it sounds. And I'm taking our example of Kwanzaa. Now, we have to resist all the negative connotation and all the impressions and visions and talks and petty things about who Dr. Karenga was. Because Kwanzaa, he said it himself in one of an interview that I read on Washington Post. He said, it is not just for a black thing. It's not just a black thing, but it is for anybody that believes and understands that they want to achieve something as a collective. And he relates it to the African culture because he's of African descent, even though some people argue that he's, I don't know why, whatever. Now, develop resilience once you set your clear goals. Remember, we talked about setting your clear goals, understanding the reason for your goals, and stay positive and focus on it. Okay, now you've set your goals, like we said in paragraph 1. You know why your goals are, you want to fulfill your purpose in life. Okay, for instance, you want to start a career. Oh, you want to be a host on PanAfrican Daily TV. Now you're clean and clear. And you know why you want to do it. You want to reach out to people. You need exposure. You want to talk about your plans. You want to talk about your contribution as an African to the African community. You just want to share your beautiful African story. Now you stay positive and focused. And then suddenly you came to PanAfrican Daily and you heard, oh, Dr. Tata. Dr. Tata is such a ruthless a woman, you understand. And Dr. Tata is somebody that does this and this and this and this. And now you stay, you have to be self-determined. Dr. Tata at this point doesn't really play a key role. What you want is to tell your beautiful story to the African community, your contribution, your empowerment, your project, how to empower them. How can Dr. Tata, single Dr. Tata, stand as an object to derail you from your goals? That's why we have to develop resilience. Resilience to anything. Like our icon Malcolm X said, freedom by every means necessary. I don't care how we're going to get that freedom, but we want freedom. We want to live free and to be able to determine what we need for ourselves. We want to own and control the minerals of our continent and to be able to determine the world price with which we deal with investors. We want to be able to set rules that would match up with our culture. We want to uphold and upkeep our cultural heritage. We want to stay as a family-oriented cultural people. So all this are developing, you are developing the resilience. Now, it doesn't matter who is going to come in and chip whatever thing. I don't care. I am resisting at every means necessary because I know my goal is to gain freedom. Nothing less. We're talking about reparations as we speak. Now, some countries are already already listing how much they think the African is worthy of reparations. You understand? Now, we have to stay to it. We first of all take what you give and we continue to ask more. Now, we don't want to go about and say, oh no, what is this even, this reparation going to do to us? No, it's going to get to Africa. African leaders, corrupt as they are, they will take it, put it into their pocket and this and that. And then at the end of the day, you miss your goal. We'll not be talking again about reparation. We'll be distracted. So resilience keeps you focused and self-determined. Like we said, resilience justify the reason why your goal is so necessary. Resilience gives a reason and makes you sleep comfortable because you know where you're coming from and you know where you are going to, and it's achievable. Now, build a discipline and a routine. Now you see what we are doing at Kwanzaa. If we were doing it 10, 20 years ago, I believe we would have built more communities. We would have done a lot for ourselves. Regardless. So it's not about the person, it's about your goal. If you want to look at individuals and you want to judge them, start by judging your colonizers. In which systems you are still operating. Start by judging the same systematic racism that we all go through. And we still surviving because of resilience. So why should Dr. Karenda and his whatever objectives he had for us got to do, if we just would come together and benefit from what he brought, even if he was bad, but we want to gain freedom and our unity by every means necessary. Okay? So African people, we need to stay focused, achieving our goals. It doesn't matter who set those goals. Doesn't matter who gave it to you. Take it away, run with it, make good use out of it. And in case you cannot, seek support and mentorship. Of course, because we live by a community, one for all for one. That's how we live. That's why the principle number 1, the black candle, was so important to us. We cannot live without one another. We are a people that are people dependent on each other, regardless of what you have. An African proverb say, I am rich when I have my people. Our parents, our ancestors told us the only reason why they could be able to build this civilization is because they could not work single-handedly. They needed the collective, and they brought this principle of Ubuntu. Okay? So seek support and mentorship. Once you are a little bit slack in your objective, in your goal, and you want to stay self-determined, reach out to somebody. Get advice. Seek it. We have been so molested and so abused. Again, we don't trust one another. We are the people that keep saying, oh, I cannot trust an African. You know, they're so wicked, or they are backbiting, or they are jealous, or our problem is us. Now, I told you yesterday, whatever you're going to open the 1st of January by lighting that candle, anything that you're going to say, it is everything that you're going to get back. That's the law of nature. That's the law of energy. That's the law that is basic. Anything I say is something that just comes to me. So we watch our tongues. That's why even in Christianity, in the Bible, they say your words are so powerful because the words are so strong. Now, in Ubuntu-ness, we do know it. That anything that I give out there, I just get it back. So watch your mouth when we Africans sit around and say, oh, we are jealous. Oh, we are black people. Oh, we are hateful. Oh, we don't support our businesses. It just comes back to us because of the energy that we keep sending out. It brings back exactly what we send out back to us. And that's why, even no matter how united we are, that I don't know any race that is so united than Africans. I don't know anyone. Anyone, they can be united through how they network and do business. That's not unity. They can be united when they want to fight a common enemy and we think they are together. That's not unity. They can be united when they want to exploit people. Then they come together for that devilish intention. Then they are united. But no, unity is more than that. Unity is more than that. How much people, it's just 4 years we've been gathering in this community and doing the work that we're doing today. Before the jingle rings, we are all gathered here. That's what they call unity. Me and you don't have a common purpose. We are not sharing something tangible. We've never even met, a lot of us. So we don't have anything. Our common thing that unites us is the spirit of unity among us. And we inherited that from the Creator and our ancestors. And so whether we like it or not, we are by nature, by force, united. That is what they call unity, UMOJA. And I explained the candle, the black unique one that is standing in the middle of Kwanzaa, that we set it out yesterday, is the U. The candle number 1, I think I already shared it yesterday in the flag, is the candle number 1. That is the U candle, the black one in the middle. It's you that matters in every decision that you take. That's why we are on self-determination. How do we achieve this goal of unity? But how do we even achieve our different individual, templates of life and purposes, which is the reason that would connect us, okay, to network, to do business, to do projects, to tour, to enjoy, to sit down at the table and eat together and have a common meal, to bring our first fruit, to be able to develop our communities as a thanksgiving. These are all the principles of Kwanzaa that we'll be digesting now. Now you see, we've set our goals. We have to stay on this for 7 days. We know why. We are determined. We are disciplined. We resist every kind of temptation or every kind of things that would distract us. And now, in case of anything, we are support. We have our elders right here in the community with us. We're going to reach out to run spears. We're going to reach out to one another and find our brother. How can we keep this unity going on? How can we keep this flame and this fire going on? Okay. So now we got to that. Then we move over to the next slide again, which is telling us on how to stay self-determined. Remember, I told you in the beginning, it's not just about the principle of staying self-determined, but it is how. It is not the it. It is the how do I do it? And exactly that's what we used to say here. We just say unity. But the problem is always, how do we unite? How to stay united. So we know the next principle is telling us to take responsibility, stay physically and mentally healthy, visualize success, revisit and adapt your plan to stay self-determined. Take responsibility means own your decisions and outcomes, whether positive or negative. Learn from mistakes instead of blaming others and circumstances. That's how we take responsibility, okay? And to stay physical and mentally healthy, maintain a balanced lifestyle of eating well, exercises, and getting adequate rest. Practice stress management techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or hobbies. And of course, connect with your loved ones. That's the best mental health that I know. Like in Africa, we say the medicine of a person is a person. Like the cure of someone is someone. That still relates to Ubuntu as we speak, okay? So physical and mentally, like we say already, it doesn't matter the outcome. You have to take your responsibility to belong to the family, to belong to your loved ones. It doesn't matter how painful it is. Like I said, self-determination and the goals we set is as easy. But when we put it in the right context, particularly the spiritual benefits that we have from it, because these are all challenges. Once we overcome them, you are untouchable. You fear nothing, simply nothing. That is why the challenges of achieving these goals are also very mighty. They are so big. But I'm telling you, no matter how big they are, once you overcome, you take the responsibility. It doesn't matter how bitter, how hard it is. Once you overcome, you are invincible. You are. I mean, I remember this word when I was doing my thesis at the university here, and my supervisor wrote in my master's thesis and said, he said, Susan Tata Ken, I don't want to use some of those words here. He's just like, you are invincible, right? So once we overcome these challenges and take responsibilities, we're going to learn from the many mistakes that we've been through, and we would stop blaming anybody in your life. You would just take that responsibility and stand up to it. And at that level, once you rise at that energy level, you are invincible. You know the saying that they say, when you are happy, when you stay alone and you're fulfilled and you're happy, you've made heaven. It doesn't mean that you don't like to stay with people, but the most challenging things that we have learned in this life, we've been programmed, is like, yes, when I say not living without somebody, like I must be dependable on something. Until you let those things go that you think that you're determined, you're dependable on, then can you realize that it's actually nothing. There's nothing there. It's just fear for nothing. Okay. So now we're going to put this again into the aspect of taking responsibility, stay physically and mentally healthy, visualize your success, revisit and adapt your goals. We're coming to the end. But I want to stress this point, how to stay self-determined by taking responsibility, staying physically and mentally fit, visualizing your success, and revisit your goals and adapt it. Because of course, we take in this context of Kwanzaa, this week of Kwanzaa, we are taking responsibility. We don't care what happens. We want to stay united. UMOJA. We want to stay connected, regardless of the challenges, regardless of what we think about it, regardless of the betrayers, regardless of the failures, regardless of how many times we're going to fall, we're going to make mistakes within us. We are determined to take that responsibility and to stay united as a race and a people, and to defend every single decision we made by every means necessary. That is taking responsibility. Now, to stay and to meet up with our goal, it is, but of course, that we have to stay physically and mentally fit. Please, I used to tell us, and I tell, look, life is the sweetest ever thing. I am not, I don't believe in space. Like we said it yesterday, we are done with believing. We are in the time of knowledge. I know that this space that I am in, connecting with my beloved people worldwide and my communities, my brothers and sisters, my siblings, is the sweetest ever thing that has happened, that could happen, that will happen. So I love this life and I love this purpose I'm into it. So much so that I have to do everything. I'm sorry, I need to get water. Sorry. Thank you. I need to get everything. I need to make everything possible to stay physically fit and to be mentally healthy. Whether it's my workout or it's I don't know, any other things that come about it, the love that we share and that connects us to one another. It is the sweetest ever thing that could happen in this dimension and the space that we are right now. And so I need to make sure that I'm physically fit, I'm beautifully representing, I am shining, I am mentally fit, so I can continue to enjoy and to unite and to connect, and together we evolve until we evaporate. There should be no reason while you are not staying self-determined to your goal. There is no single reason except you don't know why, except you don't have a purpose in life, except that purpose is not big enough. It is not your decision. Except it is not your decision. Remember, we talked about it yesterday. What we ask for is what we get. But if I ask something that is not my purpose in life, and because I envy somebody and I ask his own gift, I would never be fulfilled. Doesn't matter. And I made it clear yesterday. We made it clear a want is not a need. I might want something, but do I need that something? It's another question. All right. So, because we African people, we live consciously according to the resources that nature and Mother Earth, Mother Africa gave to us. We live consciously. I don't want to amass all this world, because I do know that if I amass the world, there are a lot of people that will suffer just because I have too much and they have too less. So I have to be equitable. I have to mentally train my brain, my physical, to just ask only for what I need, not to ask for everything, because I think I have the right to ask for everything. And that's where we make the mistakes with the systems that program us to say, you can be anything, you can want anything, you can want anything. But I don't know if you really need everything that you want. So we have to stay physically and mentally healthy. Mental healthiness is just the love. I don't know how to describe any other thing that can make you mentally fit. No exercises, no everything, just physically decolonize or get the reparation of your brains. Like we say, we are in the time of reparation. How much do I want to feed my brain, to repair my brain, my mental, with what I know I just need? And if I have more, I have to share. That is the mission of Kwanzaa. So when we come together, we study all those things. What is your goal? What is my goal? What is your objective? What is your plan for 2025? But we started with one, the black candle. Unity, UMOJA. Whatever goal, whatever circumstances, how determined you want to stay to that goal, make sure it ties with the universal law of the African, the creator of mankind and humanity, unity. Anything that doesn't unite your people, anything that doesn't even unite you and yourself, it's not a need, it's a want. I know it sounds crazy, but we do know that most of the things divide us. And that's why we talk about mental health and physical health. Physical health, there's some things you cannot change it. You cannot change it. It's the way it is. So you cannot. But mentally, you have, when we stay spiritually connected to the basic things that nature, to the basic principles that our ancestors went through to the spirit of a collective and solidarity and unity and love among us. I doubt whether your mentors can, even if other things, the 120 reasons why we get um um mentally not stable are external things, not internal things. They too much want, the long list of want. At some point, your mental cannot contain that because it is all trash. These are all things you should have trashed them. You should trash can them, but you keep accommodating, anger, fear. These are just things that go every day to reduce your lifespan on earth. And like I say, when we understand the beauty of being a united people, of staying for one another, regardless of our race, even out of it, when we stay together, because when our candles burn as a collective, they shine the light to our environment. They don't only shine the light to you, but they shine the light to your environment. And how can you live in a neighborhood that you alone is shining and you cannot even walk across the street because it's all dark? That's the reason why when we come together, we have to burn our candle of unity to be able to spark that light that we want. And it all takes self-determination, training ourselves, staying disciplined, setting clear goals, resisting every distraction. That is the biggest one, resilience, because it is always going to take you to be tempted by you. If I look at Sister Kandake and I said, oh, it's because she did this to me, we simply do not understand that she is the opposite of me, or she's the part of me that is doing that. But because we are multi little people, you understand, we see ourselves as individual. Once we spiritually grow, we understand that we are one, the black candle of Kwanzaa in the middle. I really have to share that image again. The black candle in the middle, okay? The black one in the middle is absolutely that one. It is that one that unites. It is that one that connects. It is that one that respects. It is that one that actually, this one here, this one right here, that's the you, the me, myself, and I. This is it, this one. All right. So that one is you. It is you that determine all the family. And because each and every one is the you, it sounds really like it's not really adding up, but that's it. That's why it is black. I told you the story of how Ethiopian people look at black, how they honor and respect until they have to name some circumstances like a black guest, because it's the most important thing that happens. Of course, the ma'at. And you is a multiple of everything. That is why we will get into conversations that would even be more deeper and hard when we begin to resolve issues like self-determination. And the principle of self-determination comes from unity, unity, the you one, the black. How do you solve all this? It's like a puzzle. Okay, so it is upon us. Self-determination is simple. We have seen it in just this 1 hour presentation. Sounds so easy. It's so simple. What is self-determination? I know what I want. I know how I can get it. But you see, we put it in the circumstances in which we find ourselves, give small, small desires and small, small meaning. See how difficult it is. That is why there's some things we have to continue to learn and to put it in our own context to be able to understand. Okay? So, yes, that was self-determination. We look forward for tomorrow. And we go back to our calendar. Tomorrow is Ojima. Ojima is talking about collective work and responsibility. I'm sorry. Oh my God. What is that? Thank you. Collective work and responsibility. Even though we already talked about responsibility in our self-determination, we chopped it a little bit. But now, tomorrow is Ojima. Ojima is coming with the spirit of collectiveness and how we take responsibility in as a collective. That's when you begin to understand when we go to Ujamaa, once look at it, it's so logically presented. Umoja, we come together yesterday. I repeat, I cannot stop repeating it. The one black candle is you, is me representing. We light it yesterday. Unity. Now, to be able to get unity and the principles of unity, today we're talking about self-determination. So each principle would come back. We're starting and going like this, but we'll still come back to go to end back here. So we start Umoja, unity, self-determination, Ujamaa. We come back to Ujima, Ujamaa, Nya, Kumba, and Imani. Imani is the last one, what is going to determine us. And Imani is the one that we open up the candle. We light the last candle and we enter into the new calendar year, January 1st. And it is this Imani that is actually going to give us a reset, to push up into our 2025 goals, which is unity, again, self-determination to what you want to achieve, Ujima, Ujamaa, Nya, and Kumba. It is just as simple as that. So tomorrow we're going to work. Ujima is coming with the spirit of collective work and responsibility on the third day, December 28th. I look forward to having that with you. I'm just going to meditate, and whatever I get, like I get today, we're going to do it. But taking it, like I said, for those of you that are joining us now, we've been talking about how to be self-determined to achieve our unity, which we started yesterday. So these are all the spirits that are coming, the energy of unity, bringing us together. So today we were at KUJICHAGULIA, which tells us to stay self-determined to get our unity. But it all could break it down, like I said, to your individual goals, how you want to enter 2025. And I was saying, see, I always have here, regardless of how much time we have on the Pan-African Daily, I always have my notebook. I can literally also always just type on my computer. No, that doesn't really work well for me. I'm a very manual person. I'm a traditional person. I still put all my figures. I still calculate my 1 + 1 and I add it up. I still do some of those things because that's how, if you look at how I was working on some of the project today for 2025, that's how I was setting the goal. So it is very important for us. It's important for us to actually take down notes. I know you can still download this video. You're going to share it with one another. You can replay it again. You will see the presentation, the slides, and you can actually zoom into it. But if you, maybe for whatever reason, you can still write, you can still contact me and I will send it to you, through WhatsApp. It's just a PDF, or PowerPoint presentation. I can send it to you. So, but what is happening is that collectiveness and the power of the African spirit, humanity spirit, humankind spirit, the origin of the creation, what we determine happens as a collective. It has never been as an individual. That is why the world can never succeed. They would fight each other. They would do every other thing that we see the playbook in front of us and look at it as if we are surviving. We're just barely struggling until we get to this essence of what it means to be in a collective and to work for the interests of one another. If you win, I win. If I lose, you lose. So what do? We come together to win. Because I see whether you like it or not, you lose, I would lose. And that's what makes it when we entangle ourselves. Yesterday, you can go behind and look at it. You can watch the program yesterday, which we talked about the basic factors and the way it's done in the village. I know a lot of people that were calling and still saying, "Oh no, it's very difficult. He did not really, Dr. Karanda did not really have this vision in mind to like." I said, what does it matter? Take the principles, the knowledge out of it, the power out of it, and put it into use. The principles of those that came before us, we follow it today. Some came, even if we have to challenge and criticize the whole world, start with the colonizers. But we're still living in their space, we're still interacting, we're still buying their products, we're still eating their food, we're still consuming everything that. And then what about one of us that comes up with, regardless of his intentions or whatever, I'm more concerned about that spirit of unity. If somebody who would have a bad intention or whatever thing and put this kind of principles that guide us as we move ahead, please come on, continue to do it. I really would not wonder what kind of a person you are, but you put a plan that if I take it and I implement it to me, it helps. I'm thankful. And so, like yesterday again, I'm going to end up today by just saying, yes, if you had learned something today, or you are inspired, you're motivated by the Spirit, how to stay determined, how to stay self-determined, then you thank yourself. That's all we do here on Pan-African Daily TV. You thank yourself that you're able to be in the space to understand the objectives of why we have to be doing the things that we are doing. Okay, Sister Reparation, thank you very much. And I announced the news. I thought it was the new. I thought it was the news. I didn't know that it was already that Ghana is open now for visa-free. Of course, they never even had visa-free. You had a visa before you could travel to Ghana. But what we know now is like, we really have the possibility that you pay on arrival. It's $150 at the airport. So I think we can still deal with that. Okay, I'm going to round up. I'll just visit the chat and like we did yesterday, and just to shout out on all of you that have been here. I'll be watching this program over from the beginning. I'm sorry that I just came in, was busy. It's okay, sister. It's very okay, Sister Frances. Okay. Thank you so much. We do understand this is just a production, this is just a recording, so any person can, you can relax at your time. I think when you even relax, you really get to to digest it. Okay. And Sister Kandake is saying, I'll go to Ghana. Yes, let's all go to Ghana. We are going to go to Ghana, all of us. Okay. So let me just know where you are watching from, and let's just, relax, chill out, apart from the difficult stuff that we're talking about, and do the unity in practice. So we're connecting, sharing our comments here, where we watching from, and and I've been saying thank you so much. Okay. I'll be flinging your comments here to share your greetings and your message with everyone here. That's what we do. That's the spirit of Ubuntu. of UMOJA. Okay. Sister Angelina said, I love you, doctor, all the way from South Africa. Thank you so much, my champion, junior sister queen. Thank you so very much. Thank you. All right. I got married in Ghana and I loved it. Oh my God, beautiful. Lucky you. Continue to love it. Okay. Akwaba, thank you so very much. Um, yes. So share where you're watching. Pezulani Mwale said, love and light from Zambia. Thank you so very much, Zambia. How are you doing? How are people out there? Are you in the county of our brother Kapanga? Are you in the county of Kapanga? Okay. Frances Mose, I'm watching from Charleston, SC, USA. Thank you. Thank you. Is that South Carolina? I guess. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Yeah, and we can connect again. Okay, Koboko South says she's watching from the UK. Thank you so very much, Queen. Thank you. How's UK doing? I mean, there's been some community stories out there, Koboko South. You'll be telling us how that community, how your African community is feathering out there. I think I got some one or two jigs or gigs out there. I will still look at it, but I hope all of us are doing well. Thank you so very much. And wow, peace and love from Detroit in the house, in the house, in the house. Black excellence, one, one African friends. Of course, of course, of course. Detroit in the house to be. Wow. Okay. South Carolina. Wonderful. That's the native of course, the Smalls. Of course, the Smalls are from South Carolina. Oh, for sure. How could I even miss up on that? The county of Professor James Small and the family, of course, we know. We know it. So good. You want to share your celebration? Pamoja, Umoja, Amani, Uhuru. Happy Kwanzaa to you all. Thank you so much, Kandake, Queen Size. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Robert Smalls, of course. Thank you. I think I'm just Marshall says he's motivated. Marshall, you're motivated. Thank you, Marshall. Where are you watching from? Do you think everybody knows you here? We have to constantly, and this is what we do in the family, like everyone stands up, like, I'm this from this, but you know how we do it in the village? In the village, you give it by your AKAs. You see, like Kanake said, Queen Size. You say, I am Queen Kandake, the queen size. And so nobody gets to even really actually know your name. Or in the village, sometimes, like what we do is you say it by your father's name. Like I would just stand up and say, oh my God, I am Annie Tata, the daughter of Babot. This is the number one. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so it's so, oh my God, who is in Los Angeles in this place? LA. The big people of LA. Oh my God. I can remember when we used to watch. I mean, not when we used to, before Netflix now. We role modeled you. We literally were always connected. When we watch African American movies and we see LA, like, oh my God, what is it? We used to watch Beverly Hills, right? Beverly Hills, sorry, Beverly Hills. And we watched it and we saw the neighborhoods of LA. Everybody was just like dreaming. Like, I mean, all Africans on the continent, all, I can say it literally even from my generation, we envied, like, we looked at African Americans like gold, which was the gold that was taken away from us. So, yes, of course, we say it. Black exceptionalism is our term for 2025. I can imagine it can only be this goal. It can only be the indefeatable Queen Stevie. Yeah. Black exceptionalism is our term for 2025. Oh my God, this girl. Oh my God, queen. Thank you so very much. I'm like Black exceptionalism. Like, oh my God. That is the biggest thing. I cannot wait for us to get a musical platform. I cannot wait for us to be able to stand here and sing and drum and dance. And I'm creating that platform for us. We're not going to, there will be sessions that we'll not be able to do on YouTube because of the copyright and stuff. But we will be relocating soon when we'll be doing those kind of sessions with actions, like everybody's jumping on stage and just doing whatever thing they're doing. Because I'm telling you, we are choked up. Remember, like I said yesterday, if we don't open up the door, we are choked up. We are choked up because we're playful people. We just exactly what we're doing now. Like others would look at it and say some foolishness. I mean, we oh my goodness. Like exactly that's really who we are. That's really who we are. Oh my God. Yeah, so give us that space. That's what we're gonna do with it. We're really gonna do with it. Give us that space. We're gonna do with it. Oh, what's happening here? All right. Kanake, what is it now? I'm bankrupt of what? Yes, I'm planning to come back home to Ghana with my husband, motherland. Please come. We love you. Akwaba. Reparations. Are you listening to your people out there? Are you sure you're gonna become really ready to accommodate us when we land, okay, in motherland right there? Okay. Wow. Reparations. Do you see what is coming to you? Nana, there's gonna be a lot of banku. You have to cook a lot of fufu. Okay, a lot of fufu is gonna be happening right there. All right, Mr. Marshall say from St. Martin's, Caribbean. Thank you so much. When are you coming home? When are you coming home? When are you coming home, Mr. Marshall? Did I miss some comments from the beginning? Please just begin to pour those comments right here because we have, let's just say, some 10 minutes again to be together. And I still don't see some spaces where some Benjamin, I know you're watching from Tanzania. Oh my God, you see? Wow, he's gonna move us some big Swahili right here. Hii injili inangarama lakini inalipa sana. This gospel is costlyful, but it pays a lot. Okay, that's the meaning. Thank you so much. Asante sana. Okay, karibu sana. Thank you so very much. Benjamin Hokororo. Hokororo. He's calling from, he's watching us from Tanzania. Okay, Tanzania. I'm just scrolling down to see if I missed somebody. Oh my God, Cheryl was here. Economic unity, noun or bam. Cheryl, that noun or those dots, I don't want to figure out what you wanted to say there, Cheryl. I don't want to figure out what you wanted to say there. Or, when the grandmother holds the cane, we call it, I don't know why Koboko cells call it, we call it Koboko. Koboko means the whip. You say, you better come here, or you get. So like we say, economy unity, noun or. Tak, 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 tak. We already feel you. We know what you were about to say, Cheryl. It's okay. Okay, having such a platform which belongs to us is one of the wonders. We are blessed with all to come home or to call home. We now can express ourselves and be encouraged to be determined to succeed. Thank you, Ubuntu. Wow, thank you so very much, Marshall. At least we're doing it. Thank you so very much. That's so empowering. And that's also one of how, the motivation on how to stay determined. Thank you so very, very much. So begin to pour in your inspirations and your quotes here, okay? Again. Oh my God, if I did not scroll, I would not even understand right now. We can unify in 2025 right here, right now by becoming a member. Wow. You see, Cheryl, like I said, it said unity now or you better do it right now. Yes, of course, you can become a member. You just need to go on our platform here and you click membership and you're already in. And you'll be getting a green tick on your name. I don't know whether that's a dollar sign or it's just the membership sign, like you see on Sister Cheryl's name. It's showing red here because I pull it up to red, but if you look in the chat, it's green. So you can become a member right now by showing the Ubuntu-ness and the determination. Cheryl, thank you so very much for reminding us and for encouraging us. Wow. So I didn't even get this here if I didn't scroll down. Greetings, family. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to you too. Thank you. Again, it's a beautiful time to be Black and beautiful. That's the Queen, Cheryl. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, please, can I just get a break and drink some water? Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, I feel much better now. So yes, we have Cheryl. He says it's a beautiful time to be Black and beautiful. Beautiful. From the heart, from the spirit, from who we are. Continue to pump your comments. I'll be bringing them out right here. And which one again? Which one again? Let me go down. Okay, we'll just take some more. And we have 4 minutes. We'll be taking our rest and preparing for tomorrow. Ujima is tomorrow. Love and light to all of us. Peace and love, blessings. And may we continue to work in self-determination. Actually, resisting everything, resisting every challenge, resisting every distraction. Yeah, good. So Masha said Dominican residing in St. Martin's, Caribbean, Sith region. Exactly. Now you are spelling out who you are. Sith region of Africa. Exactly. We do all know about the Sith region, isn't it? It's the Sith continent of Africa, which is its diaspora. Okay, we are all the Sith region of Africa. That's why Africa is 55 now, not just 54 countries as it used to be. Good. Nakupenda, Mama. Thank you. I love you too. I love you so much. Okay. Nakupenda. This queen right here. Yahweh, Iwe, yeah. Of course. Kabakasa say, yes, so my people. Yes, so when you hear that, that's a root girl, that's a home girl right there. It said, yes, so, yes, so. It's not just yes, it's yes, so. Means a lot. It means a lot. In Africa, when queens are happy, Benjamin said in Africa, when a queen is happy, the kingdom is healthy. Thanks, our queens. Oh my God, you see? Wonderful. You see, when we are happy, the kingdom is healthy. You see, that's the reason. And I do understand and I believe you spiritually. It's not just because we're just sharing comments and we're laughing. The continent is really, really sick because the queens are not happy. The queen mothers are not happy. What is happening to their continent, to their children on the continent and in the diaspora? And that's why we are all sick. Yes, that's so true. It's a reality. It's not just a statement. Okay, wonderful. So, yes, beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you so very much. I think we see us tomorrow. Stay self-determined. Okay, candle number 2, red, is out today. We're going to continue. The next red one is Ojima. Tomorrow, how do we stay as a collective? I would have loved to actually, have someone in studio with me, but from my elders, it is very strict and disciplined that we have to do this exercise for the whole week. Not just this exercise, but training ourselves before getting into the next year. A lot of things are going to happen, and this exercise is a backup for us, spiritually robust. Like I said, we developing the thick skins, okay? But whatever is gonna come, no more distraction. We are determined, freedom or nothing else, collectively, as a collective. And we're sharing good news and goodwill to all your projects and everything that you wish yourself and your families. I also bring you joy and peace and harmony, and I receive exactly from you. That's the spirit of oneness. So thank you very much. We see ourselves tomorrow. Sleep well, enjoy well, reflect well. Remember, it's so sweet to be here. So you need to stay healthy. Just quit some of those things that are distracting you from getting, your mental health, from getting this resilience that we have among us. As a collective, nobody would get out of this train that we're building right now. So I wish you peace and love and blessings again, and good night to all of us. Good night. Bye. So,
You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home.